Welcome to this demonstration of iShare Workflow's invoice module. Today I will be presenting you how iShare handles different types of invoices. In iShare we separate between two different types of invoices, what we call cost invoices and purchase invoices. The difference between them is that a cost invoice do not have a PO assigned to it. That means that there is no existing data that iShare can use from a purchase or requisition system to make decisions based on. So in my demo now, here you will see that I have the iShare Workflows control surface or dashboard. This dashboard gives us a brief overview of the current status of the workflow. Here you can see that I have the invoices. So that's the invoices in their different statuses. On the left-hand side, you can see that I have one invoice that requires my approval. So that's my personal overview. And on the right-hand side, you'll have the general overview of the entire workflow for the company I'm currently in. What I'll start by doing now is that I'll show you the user interface and how it works. You can see that iShare is a grid-based system. That means that you will see all invoices in a grid-like view where you can make filterings and stuff like that. And on the top here, you will see the different statuses that the invoices can be in. I'll start by opening one invoice. This is a purchase invoice. That means that there is a PO assigned to this invoice. And that means that there is existing data from a purchase system. On the right-hand side, you can see the invoice image itself. This invoice could have multiple different sources. It could be a PDF sent by email. It could be a paper invoice, which you scanned into the system. Or finally, in many countries, it could be an e-invoice, either through the PEPL network or any other local networks that you might have in your country. On the left-hand side, iShare have extracted the invoice lines from the invoice. And you can see that on the left-hand side from the invoice lines, there's a green check. That green check means that iShare have been able to connect the invoice lines with the PO lines that is associated with that PO line. And at the bottom page, part of the page, you will see the purchase lines. And the purchase lines are extracted automatically from your purchase system. The purchase system could be iShare purchase, or it could be a third-party purchase system. The important thing that iShare retrieves from the purchase system is the number of ordered items and number of received items. And what iShare does is that we do the three-way matching. And the three ways we match based on is the invoice, it's the PO, and it's the goods received. And by using the line item matching, we're able to identify automatically down to the line item level which item is correct and matches, or also to detect deviations automatically down to line item level. In this case, it's a full match, and it means that you can automatically post the invoice to your accounting system without the need for any manual intervention. I'll now jump to show you the accountant's perspective of a cost invoice. You can see that I have an invoice, and the image is pretty similar. The difference between the two types of invoices is that the cost invoices, they will need coding. That's because there is no PO system that can deliver coding data to iShare. So instead of using the PO data for cost invoices, we're able to use AI to automatically code the invoice based on your historic invoices, either from the same supplier with the same line item descriptions and so on. What you can see here, it says auto-coded based on invoice lines. And that means that iShare have used the invoice lines to automatically code the invoice. And you can see that there is a confidence level. The confidence level tells you something about the AI's confidence in the result it's giving you. Also, in addition to setting accounts, departments, projects, and so on, iShare is also able to automatically determine the workflow. That could be based on either your master data, so that it could be departments, projects, and other dimensions that are used to determine what approval flow you're expecting. In this scenario, I am the first approver, and my colleague Anders, he's the second approver. And what you'll see now is that I'll change the view. to be an approver instead. So you can see on the left-hand side, I had my personal approvals. So by selecting that, I can now see the same invoice, but just from an approver's perspective. On the left-hand side here, you can see I can approve, not approve, set on hold, send back, and many other options for dealing with this invoice. So in my case, I would simply press approve. And when I do so, the invoice will be transferred automatically to your accounting system, and that automates your accounts payable and procure to pay processes.